For any regulars, it will be no surprise that I'm a big fan of the low-cost global index fund approach. However, recently, I've been getting more and more interested in factor investing, and in particular, the potential to tilt the portfolio to small cap value specifically to potentially get higher returns. What is factor investing? I'm not going to go too much into it in this video, as there are people far smarter and better qualified than me that have done some great videos on this subject, so I'll link to them in the description below. In a nutshell, one of the best performing factors over history has been small cap value. These are smaller companies that are typically seen as trading at a lower price relative to the company's financial situation. There is no precise definition of value, but metrics like price to book or price to earnings ratios are typically used in the analysis to determine the value of stock prices relative to company fundamentals. Someone who's done a lot of work in this space is Paul Merriman. As you can see in this table from the Merriman Financial Education Foundation, it shows that $100 invested in small cap value outperformed the S&P 500 by an unbelievably huge amount. $100 grown to about $478k in the S&P 500 compared to 8.6 million in US small cap value from the period 1928 to 2017. Just remember, past performance is not a predictor of future performance. However, the theory presents a reason for why this small cap value premium should continue into the future: increased risk. Let's not sugarcoat it. It's been a seriously rocky ride, with the worst one-year return of minus 55.5% and the best one-year return of 125.2%. And this is precisely the reason that these returns are potentially available, as the small cap value area comes with higher risk and some crazy volatility. But for the patient, long-term, disciplined investor, I see this as offering some serious potential to increase returns. Even just a 10% allocation to small cap value has meaningfully increased performance, so for my own portfolio, I feel it's definitely worth considering. How to invest in small cap value. In the US, Vanguard has a small cap value fund, but the major glaring problem for anyone investing in the UK like myself is that there doesn't actually appear to be an easy way to get exposure to this factor. Vanguard did have a range of factor funds, but decided to wrap them up because of the lack of interest, and none of these were focusing on small cap value in particular. BlackRock's iShares currently have a range of ETFs covering the major factors, including both the size factor and the value factor, but not the small cap value combination that I am after. I believe Dimensional Fund Advisors are the main players in this area, but their funds can only be accessed through certain financial advisors. However, I don't use a financial advisor, so this isn't really much use to me. The options. After some serious digging around on the internet, I have found two potential options. The first is an active management company that has an investment trust called Aberforth Smaller Companies. Not ideal, but if I was going to put money on the potential for an active manager to outperform, it would be in the small cap space, as these stocks are generally less covered by analysts, so there is potential for the research to uncover opportunities that have perhaps not yet been priced in by the market. The main issue with this fund is that it is UK focused and doesn't invest globally, but this fund has returned around 11.8% annualized compared to 7.9% annualized for the FTSE All-Share since it launched in 1991. I've linked an article below from the Monevator looking into this fund in more detail that I read a while back. The second option is through a combination of the following two funds, both by one of the biggest index fund providers in the world, State Street, under their SPDR range. The first tracks the MSCI USA Small Cap Value Index, and the second, the MSCI Europe Small Cap Value Index. Both of these have an ongoing charge figure of 0.3%. How might I include these in the portfolio? I'm not entirely sure on this one yet. The main issue staring me in the face is that none of these can be accessed through the Vanguard platform in the UK, and it doesn't appear that Vanguard will be creating a small cap value fund anytime soon. This means me moving platforms to be able to invest in small cap value. Final thoughts. If anyone else knows of any other ways to invest in small cap value, it would be much appreciated if you could drop a comment below so we can discuss. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.